Police officers of Reddit, what's the weirdest thing you've caught teenagers or kids doing that is illegal but you found hilarious? I feel like a cop has a story about me and two other people. Here goes. I was 20 at the time, and at an outdoor party at a friend's. Late fall, 50 degrees or so, no leaves left on the trees. Roughly 50-60 people, mostly underage, most were drinking. My friend's parents lived in a nicer part of a bad area, and owned an inflatable bounce house business. They had everything set up, a bounce house, sumo suits, massive slide, all sorts of drunken fun shit. Around 1030 it's getting loud and the police show up. Someone yells cops, run, and everyone starts running. I decide to join the crowd, and end up hiding in a bush with two people. Then, reality hits. I'm wearing a white hoodie, the guy next to me has on a neon yellow hoodie, and this girl has a fucking glow necklace on. The bush, not a fucking leaf on it. Right then a cop walks up, starts laughing and asks, "Really guys?" and shines a flashlight directly on us. He instructs us to head back to the driveway with the other captives, and gives all of us a pretty hilarious speech. Seriously? We are the Flint Police Department. We have a million things better to do rather than chase down drunk minors. We had 2 murders just this week. We were just coming by to tell you to keep the noise down. Now we are pouring out all your beer and calling your parents. Now we're even. Didn't give out any tickets, just poured out all the beer and called everyone's parents. Nowadays, I wonder if in order to best serve and protect, the Flint cops would pour out your devil water and replace it with beer. Beer is the only safe drink? The Middle Ages all over again. I had a kind of similar experience once when young and foolish. A large group of underage kids were at a party one night when we decided to go grab some food. I was quite drunk and having difficulty walking on my own, so a couple of friends were holding me up. After a while a couple of cop cars pull into the street we were walking down and all my friends scramble. One of the guys holding me up grabs an open bottle of alcohol out of my hand before running off. So I am left standing on my own in the middle of the street, very obviously drunk, and the cops come up to me, ask me if I had been drinking, and I tell them yes at a party. They ask me if I have any alcohol on me and I tell them yes I do in my backpack. The cop just says thanks for being honest. We knew about your party and it all seemed under control there, and you guys can drink at a private place but you can't be drinking in public. You are going to have to pour that alcohol out in your backpack where I can see it. Then you need to go and find your buddy who took that open bottle off you and tell him you owe him one, because you would be in serious trouble if we found you with an open bottle on you. Have a good night and don't get into any trouble. Then he just walks back to the cars with the other guys and drives off. Took me about 20 minutes to find my friends and tell them what happened. One of them just starts pissing himself laughing, saying he was hiding in a bush nearby and watched the whole thing and thought I was getting super busted. I had a cop search my backpack once and found a couple of beers and a box of condoms. I was with my friends at the time, so he was like, "Why are the 3 beers, a box of condoms and 2 dudes?" I was speechless. "To be fair, officer, now there's 3. My brother was a cop who worked nights in Minneapolis. One snowy night near the UOFM campus he noticed a car weaving, so he pulled them over thinking there would be alcohol involved. Nope, it was a car full of deaf people having an argument which included the driver. He just told the driver to not sign and drive. That for sure is a real thing and scary as shit. I have hearing impaired friends that are horrible drivers, and of course they leave the dome light on in the car to be able to communicate at night, which doesn't help the cause. I mean, I understand it must be boring driving and not being able to listen to music. But shit, that's so scary when they try signing with someone in the back seat. My brother is a cop and he told me one time he got a call around 9:30 in the morning for a suspicious person sitting in their car in a neighborhood. My bro goes up to him and asks what he's doing. Dude is waiting for his wife to leave for work so he can go back home and play WoW all day instead of go to his own job. My bro tells him to go wait somewhere else because he's freaking out the neighbors. Edit. to clarify a few things. The guy was parked in a different neighborhood than his own because he was hiding from his wife until she left the house, so nobody knew him, and it's obviously suspicious to be idling your car in front of some random house in a neighborhood while kids are going to school. It's not illegal, but he took the good advice to go wait somewhere else, preferably more public like a Walmart parking lot or something. Edit. Also, the dude was scared as shit that the cops were going to go tell his wife that he was hiding from her because he wanted to go back home and play video games. My brother of course doesn't give two shits about that. He just wanted the dude to go somewhere else so people would stop calling about it and causing him needless work. Edit. And yes, you can call the cops for any reason you want. It's a necessary but annoying part of a cop's job to go tell some oblivious man-baby to wait somewhere else because they're disturbing the paranoid soccer moms who think they're going to nab their kids. I'm not sure who's weirder there, the guy who's got nothing better to do than, poorly, hide from his wife so he can play video games all day, or the neighbors who have nothing better to do than to look out the window all day. A neighbor once paid for gardeners to come and fix up our yard because she didn't like looking at it. And that's the story of how we found out our neighbor creeped on everyone in the neighborhood with binoculars. Some people take neighborhood watch really seriously. I used to do some work with the government that mainly involved surveillance, follow them in a car to see where they go. In my case, the subjects were not unaware civilians or rookies either, so it would usually take a team with 3-4 cars rotating into the eyes-on position to not get burned or noticed by the subject. One time the subject had parked in a shopping center that was kind of isolated, except for a housing subdivision next to it. I was trying to find a place to set up where my car wouldn't be conspicuous, so I went into the subdivision and parked on the street behind a car. I was only there about 10 minutes before a neighborhood watch guy drove up to me to ask what I was doing and threatening to call the cops. People apparently notice people and cars that don't belong in residential areas. I was driving a nice car and I'm a clean-cut white boy. I fit the neighborhood demographic and shouldn't have looked too out of place. Probably bored housewives. My friend had a bunch of prop arms and legs in his car, you know, college. He and his other friend were trespassing in the Northfield tunnels, Google it, and when they get back to the car there is a cop waiting. He asks to see in the trunk so they open it. He jumps back a seconds, but quickly realizes their arms and legs are fake and he hasn't caught some serial killers. Then gives them a very stern shut the fuck up look as he calls his partner from the car to come look at this, all shaky voiced, as he tells my friend and his friend to put their hands up, hella serious. The other cop comes over, looks in the trunk and freaks the fuck out, screams, and runs away back to the car. At which point the first cop bursts out laughing and tells my friends ha ha. He was. Ha 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 ha, he was in Vietnam. Ha ha ha, and does a get out of here gesture and sends them on their way. So basically he used my friend to pull a super cruel practical joke on his partner. NSFW police officer, Australia, 7 years. Resigned, shit money, since everyone always asks. We got a call about kids, probably 11-12 yo, jumping across backyards. They were looking for things to steal, I guess. We searched for them for about 15 minutes. Just as I was starting to get bored with it, I hear laughing coming from a drain pipe. It's out 4 feet tall. My mate and I decide to head in. About 30 meters down the tunnel I come see this kid bent over on all fours, pants down around his ankles. His mate is bent over, sitting on his back spreading the first kid's butt cheeks. There is a third kid kneeling next to the first kid's butt holding a lighter. They were in the midst of doing Blue Angels, lighting farts, in a dark tunnel. I had no fucking clue what to say. We told them to come out of the drain with us. I advised them not to tell any of their other friends what they had gotten up to since they would probably get the wrong reputation, and drove them within a block of one of the kids' houses so the parents didn't know they had been caught. Come out with your pants up. I am the great cornholio. Come out with your pants down.